Today we're going to get rid of those pesky double seats that you get in these vans, and I'm going to convert it to a single one and also install a swivel base at the same time, just to open up the van space and make it more comfortable. So let's get on with it. And that's the shiny new seat base. So obviously first thing we do, get rid of the double seats, nice and easy, and then just remove all the seatbelt components, because we're going to transfer them to the new seat. So I kept all the mounting hardware, but you want to cut these spacers off the back. So literally just get your grinder out and then just tidy them up, and they end up looking like this, and they come in handy later on. Okay, first thing I've got to do is just get off these old sensors. So I'm just going to pull these sensors off and get rid of these, because I don't need them, because the other seat, this seat didn't have any sensors on it anyway, so that's the last thing I need on it is more sensors. So this is the what the seat base, the double seat base would have sat on. There were obviously two little huts there that raised the back of the bench up, and I've cut them off, the old one, so I can fit the single. Clearly the single won't fit in this area, but if you lift up the carpet you'll see two studs like that, one there and then the other one's approximately there, but I've already found it, and then you've basically got to get those out, and that's where the new seat will bolt to, the single seat base. So as you can see with this, it's actually terrible. You can't get a screwdriver in there, nor can you get like a normal socket on it. So I was going to use like a normal, what's that, 17mm, and just hammer it on and try and twist it off. That does work a little way, but I've got a set of these, which is great for removing damaged bolts. So I just slam this on, hit it on with this. I used to use a hammer, and then you can be really careful with it. And try not to round it off, it doesn't really matter. And they come right out. And they do come out, but they're a bit of a pain to get off. And then, as you can see in there, it's the same as the other mounting holes, and that's the one you want to use for seat belts, because these are actually welded and bolted into the frame. And if you just drill your own, which obviously I would never recommend, then your seat isn't going to be safe in an accident, so you have to use the factory standard bolt holes. Now this is the original for the double, which is raised, so that one will move over here, and then I've got the two top hats to fill in here, so the seat base will essentially sit on top of them. So I'll just mock that up now, show you what it looks like. Right, so I've got the new single seat base here. If I just pan up a little bit, so if I put him on one of the bolt holes, you can see how it's going to fit. Now just under here is where the bolt hole is. You can see it just there that I've removed. The two original hats from the front will have to move, and from the old seat I cut off these, which are the spacers, which will sit under here essentially, so it will get rid of that gap between the top of the rubber floor and the actual metal floor. So this seat base will sit on top of these. I've got to tidy them up, obviously I've got two, so I literally just cut them off with a grinder, and then I can fit it, so I'm just going to get on with it. Okay, so I've marked the position of where the rubber cutout needs to be. Now this might go terribly. I'm going to use a small hole saw, but we're about to find out if it's going to be terrible or it's going to work a treat. So okay, that worked an absolute treat. So one of those rare things where you get it right, and my goodness, did it work. That was easy. Right, let's do the other one. Right, so that's the two holes there, one on there drilled. As you can see, just using it as a template, they come out bang on. So I'm just going to install the little hats now that go in there, and then move these around, and install the seat base. that's that dealt with. So I just wait for that paint to dry, and then I'll bolt the seat on. The seat frame to the seat base, I've got these countersunk Allens. I think those are the unified fine thread, which is the 9/16 or 10.9mm, but they'll match the base perfectly because it's like a seatbelt standard, and that's just a 6mm in the top. So I'll just get these in now. Right, so the kit also comes with these two sort of bars. I can only assume these are for raising you an inch or so for the swivel base. So I've got two bolts here. The one on my left is the seatbelt bolt, and this is just a normal M10 bolt. Now M10 bolts are just normal sort of steel. They don't have anything specific written on them, but they're basically the normal sort of standard strength, whereas these ones are like a high carbon steel, and that 8.8 refers to the tensile strength of it. So these are actually specifically designed to be stronger than these. So you've got to make sure that you use these kind of bolts when doing seatbelt fixings and fastenings. So don't skimp out because you'll die. Make sure you use these ones when doing stuff with seatbelts. Right, so that's it for another video. So I'll just rotate it back round, super easy. Look forward to, in 2 weeks time, I'm going to collect the furniture and the floor. So the next video will be on maintenance, and then the one after that is going to be on the collection of the furniture, which is sick. Thanks for watching. As always, if you like what you see, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.